Hi everyone, basically I got a question through about what's the difference between a relapse and a blip, and I'm just going to talk about this in relation to what I think personally myself, doesn't mean it's correct. Basically a blip for me would be a period of time where I get eating disorder thoughts and eating disorder behaviours emerge, and they're very mild or slightly moderate. Yeah, I have a degree of control over them. They don't consume me, and I feel like I'm in a place where I have the strength to get them out, to not get them out, to sort of overcome them, to fight them, and I feel like I can get out of the situation and I can get back into recovery. A blip for me also relates to a duration of time, and this is usually going from just a day to about a week and a half. Whereas a relapse for me is something a bit more severe. It's where my eating disorder behaviours become very strong and my sort of thoughts become all consumed and it's all I think about. A relapse for me is when I can see myself slipping further and further and further and I feel like it's out of control, that I have no control over it whatsoever. And this also relates to time. It's not a day. You can't relapse and it just be a day. A relapse is a longer period of time. It's more concrete in your life, and I would say relapse is very scary. And a relapse is when you have to go back and you have to go and get help to get back into recovery again, or you need support, more support to be able to get back on the road to recovery again. Whereas a blip for me would sort of be when I can do it all myself and I don't need outside help. Really, it's sort of what I can do, and I have power and I have control. Of course, we always have power and we always have control, and it doesn't mean whether you have a blip or a relapse that you can't recover. That it's a sign that your intuition is too strong, that you can't give it up, that you can't recover at all. It's not a sign at all, because recovery happens for people in all different ways. Some people can recover straight away for the first time, but for others, usually when they've had the eating disorder for a longer period of time or it's been more severe, it takes a longer time to recover, and this recovery process does involve blips and it can involve relapses. And the important thing is whether you have a blip or a relapse, you learn from it. I've had several relapses in my period of recovery, and each relapse has taught me something new and has made me stronger and more conscious of my eating disorder to be able to overcome it. And I don't regret these relapses because I feel like it's made me in a stronger place in my recovery. Yet I still have blips. I do, even though I try and portray myself as a mostly recovered person. Of course, I'm not completely recovered, and I never really have said I am. I'm still in recovery. I still have blips, and you never know, in the future I may have a relapse. But yes, that's an awful thing, but unfortunately that can happen. And the important thing is to recognise when you're having a blip and to not let it evolve into a relapse. You need to start realising your thoughts and having things to put your guard up. So when these blips start happening, you can go back to things which are safe and help you get back on the road to recovery, such as planning. That's a big thing for me. Such as little things, if I feel like I'm having a period of time where I feel like I want to self-harm or I want to purge, I put stickers on the places where I would go to binge, or put a sticker on the toilet seat so that I don't go and purge, just with a little reminder or a quote or the reasons why I want to recover. And if I feel like I'm going to self-harm, I write on the places where I self-harm: recovery, hope, freedom. And yes, it does stop me, I have to say. Like when I have them times when I have the motivation to actually put up these safeguards, it doesn't get any worse and I can step back and get back on the road to recovery. So I think blips can evolve, and it's important to realise when. And I'm not saying that relapse, if you do, it's acceptable, that it's a good thing. I'm just saying you can take good from it. It's an awful, awful thing, and I hope none of you ever have a blip or a relapse. But if it does happen, please try and take the good from it rather than the bad. Rather than saying, I can never recover, I can never do this, never, never, never. Say, I can, I've learned, I can grow, I am stronger now, I am a warrior, I can do this. So that's what I want to say to you. I don't want you to ever think that whatever happens in your recovery journey means you will never recover. Always take the positives and always be conscious of yourself and your eating disorder, because each eating disorder is individual. A sticker may not work for you. It works for me. It's about finding out what works for you, what helps you stop yourself from going back down that road. So that's what I want to say, basically, and I hope it's helpful. And yes, I've gone extremely dark again because it's Christmas. Well, it's not. It's nearly Christmas to me. Christmas is any period from middle of September. And you'll probably see it will change again in a few days. Exciting, so watch out for all my hair. Also, I'm going to introduce you guys to my rats soon because I've got 2 pet rats and they're cute as hell. So, much love. Again, send me any questions or video requests and I'll happily do them. Right, much love everyone. Bye.